Good evening, everyone. Guys, Donald Trump has just been shot in a rally in America. I've watched the video myself. From listening to the rounds, it sounds like a very low caliber weapon. However, you know, low caliber weapons can be fatal. He's taken gunshots. There's blood all over him. I'll put the link in the description to this video. I'm gonna read this video, guys. This is all happened less than an hour ago. I'm gonna read you the article, and then I'm gonna speculate on what that means going forwards to this whole world that we're living in at the moment. Gunshots reportedly fired at Donald Trump at Trump rally as former US president rushed off stage. Donald Trump was giving a speech in Pennsylvania when he appeared to fall to the ground, at which point he was surrounded by armed security staff. So at that point, guys, when you watch the video, you can hear rounds. You know, from my experience, this is a very low caliber weapon. Lots of rounds were fired. It's unconfirmed whether there are casualties in the crowd. I don't know if there are casualties in the crowd. I don't know what the situation is there. I'm led to believe that the attacker has been caught. Trump appeared to fall to the ground when he was giving a speech. He was quickly surrounded by armed security guards. Then he rose to his feet and pumped his fists in the air before being escorted off stage and into a vehicle. He was then driven away from the scene. So, guys, the incident, you can see it on the video. I'll put in the link in the link below. You hear the gunshots. You hear he grabs his ear. He falls to the ground. He's covered by armed. What were they called? Secret Service? I don't think they're Secret Service, but they're certainly armed security. He gets up, he's covered in blood, and then he pumps his fist. He does that to let people know that he's still there, he's still alive, and, you know, you're not going to take him out. Also, interestingly, with that timing, Elon Musk has come out now officially and, pledged his support officially for Donald Trump and endorsed Donald Trump as the next, as the next candidate. Guys, you can pretty much guarantee now that Donald Trump is going to be the next president. So what does that mean? Well, we've got to look at who the attacker is and where the attacker came from. Now, this is me speculating, guys. We don't know who the attacker is. This is just me speculating. But what have I been saying for the longest time? You can pay criminal gangs now, so it becomes very difficult to identify where that criminal gang comes from. However, if this is what I can see happening, guys, all right, if this is someone from the Middle East or that area in the world, then this diversions that I've been talking about happening for, such a long time, where the United States go one way and Europe go the other way, you're literally seeing it now in real time. And these big events, they all point towards it. So if it does come out, it's somebody of Middle Eastern descent, it's somebody, that's been seen at, and I don't know if this is the case, I'm saying it could be. If this is the case, that it's somebody that's been seen at pro-Palestine rallies, at these conventions where they're against these wars, these ongoing wars. I think that the United States is going to go that way. And I've said this many times, guys, all right? Many, many, many times. If you're looking at a state-sponsored act, it makes no sense for the Russians to sponsor this, this attack. They're going to achieve nothing by taking Donald Trump out. Now, I know what some people are going to say. Oh, but what if it was a false flag? What if it was, faked by whoever? Well, let me tell you something about false flags, guys. All right? If you're going to do a false flag, you don't shoot at the person in the head. Why? You could miss. You could miss your false flag and really, instead of having that person live and win the election, you could actually have it, indexed. And there's going to be a lot of conspiracy theories out there. I don't think this is, I don't think this is staged. I watched it in real time. There's too many people around for these things to be staged. Unless, of course, we want to go down the wild accusations to say all the people at the rally, all the people at the crowd, all the people who had a phone, they were all in on it. Guys, it just doesn't work. I think this incident was real. People are going to come out and they're going to say, oh, it's a false flag, it's a fake incident, it's not real. Guys, you can't have one of these attempts and have it faked or have it, you know, in this setting. There's too many people watching. All it takes is one of those people, you know, to have a phone and see something different. You know, for example, see Donald Trump put some fake blood on his neck. You know, all it takes is one person and the whole sham's over. So incidents like this with all these people watching, it's virtually impossible for these to be faked. So what does that mean for the rest of the world watching this? I'm sure there'll be more information out tomorrow. I wanted to get this out to you guys first because what I really do think we're going to see now is a big shift in this diversions. You know, you've had the NATO summit now. You've got the new changing governments in France, in the UK. I guess you could even argue in Iran. You know, everybody's changed over their governments. It's looking like Donald Trump is now going to be cemented as the next United States president. Joe Biden might as well just resign now and hand over, you know, get it done early rather than later. But I feel this is going to be another footstep toward, and again, guys, you know, I may be wrong. I'm speculating right now, but I feel that this is going to be another footstep in this diversions where the United States and its military might are going to focus in the Middle East and potentially with China in a Indo-Pacific region, you know. So remember what I said. I said this is the end of NATO, and it's going to be the end of NATO because the United States now has to make, you know, allies with the United States, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, you know, Israel, I guess, you know, and they need to form their own little alliance, while the rest of the old-fashioned NATO, so United Kingdom, Germany, France, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, all those countries in the Eastern Europe, the European countries in the Eastern Europe need to concentrate with the Russian threat, while the United States are going to concentrate on Iran, on China. And guys, we're seeing this in real time now. This is the diversions that I've been telling you about. And I told you, I said this, guys. Look at my last video. I'll put a link at the end of this video, guys. But my last video, I talked about my confirmations and why I told you things were happening back in May. And now they're happening. And you're seeing them in real time. And you're seeing things that I said in May. And I said, guys, look, this is the way we're going. These are directions. I said this diversions would happen in like December time. I said you'd see it in February, and you did. And I think, and this is me speculating, guys. You know, I don't want to go on too long because you know this incident's just happened. But I feel this incident is just going to push that wedge further. And you're going to see this diversions now. And I don't think there's any way back from this now, guys. I'll just have another quick check. No, there's been no update, guys. Yeah, that is literally all we know, guys, at the moment. You know, I'm sure there'll be more in the morning. I'll give you another update in the morning. But that is it, guys. I'm going to leave it there. The headline is Donald Trump's been shot. I feel we're going to see more diversions now between United States and the United States is going to have to form new allies to fight a new threat. And then you're going to see NATO and Europe form their own allies in Europe to fight the Russian threat. Remember, the United States have already come out quite openly and said they can't afford to break their spear on Russia, in eastern Ukraine. So that means that they're saving that for someone else. That means that they already know that these wars are coming. And guys, remember this moment because you're going to see that diversions now. Guys, we'll see it in real time. I'm going to mag to grid and I'll see you in the morning.